Surface, Kansas City struggles continued against the Raiders on Christmas Day. This is a sad one. I barely even want to show it to you because they've now lost 3 of their last 4 games. Specifically, let's just zoom in on, that is how the Chiefs are feeling right now. Mahomes looking up at this ball, the game, the whatever, it got away from the Chiefs yesterday. Peter, can you pinpoint there? That's the image right there. What exactly went wrong for the Chiefs?
Is that the image you want? Or do you want Kelsey trying to slam his helmet? Well, or do you want Andy Reid bumping Kelsey? Or do you want to see Taylor Swift up there just
Good souling, Brittany Mahomes.
Yeah, they are. The Chiefs look sloppy. They don't look crisp, and the sloppiness isn't just like the weird plays on offense, like this stuff here, where it's just off the entire game and drops, and they're trying to get cute, and there's fumbles. Harrison Butker missed 2 field goals in this game. He doesn't do that. Do you want to know how bad this was? Aiden O'Connell, the quarterback for the Raiders.
Do this, Peter.
He went 9 of 11 for 62 yards in the first quarter, which is fine. From the second quarter to the fourth quarter, he went 0 for 10. They didn't complete a pass. And the Raiders still beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead. This stuff is weird. It's eerie. And then when you're like, all right, the Chiefs will do their Chiefs thing and they'll find a way. They get the touchdown to Watson. Zamir White takes them and rips their hearts out and guts them with these runs when everyone knows, sell out for the run. What are we doing? They're not going to throw the ball. They can't throw the ball. They haven't thrown the ball since we opened the gifts 3 hours ago. And yet Zamir White goes for 2 long runs to just bleed out the clock. And it was merciless. This thing here, it's like, all right, just go down, game over.
Zamir White turned into Bo Jackson in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, question mark. I said last week, with all my arrogance that I usually have in this chair, and all my I know and everyone else, look what's going to happen. The Ravens are going to either beat the Niners and lose to the Dolphins, or the Dolphins are going to beat the Cowboys and lose to the Ravens. Those teams are going to gut each other, and then in the back door, like a thief in the night, the Chiefs are going to steal that 1 seed because they're going to win out the final 3. They can't get the 1 seed. The Chiefs have to go on the road now. And is anyone scared of the Chiefs right now? I picked them to win the Super Bowl. I like to think that I stick by I came with the man that I danced with the man that I came with, and that's been the Chiefs. It's hard for me to envision this version of the Chiefs suddenly snapping out of it and hoisting a Lombardi. And yet, the way the season's going this year, anything is possible. This does not feel like the Chiefs of last year or the last 4.
I like that. They tried to play Grinch, get in there and steal the number 1 seed. Door was shut, not happening. But as you watch them, all right, they're a team. They're going to be in the playoffs. I don't think they're going to lose the next 2 games and somebody else win. How do the Chiefs go about winning at this point? You watched that game yesterday, and you saw the frustration from the offensive side of the ball. Mahomes yelling at linemen, Kelsey slamming his helmet. They're going to try to score at the end before half. Mahomes is talking about the play. We've never seen the offense or Mahomes like this throughout the era. We're watching first-time things happening. 14 interceptions already this season. The losses at home. The record, he's never had a record like this in a regular season. But we also watched him. All right, Mahomes throws a pick 6. They have a trick play backed up in their own territory. Do you look at this Chiefs team now and say, you know what, the strength of this team is the defense? How do we play to win football games opposed to the high-powered offense, the trick plays, the different things that we've seen from them in seasons past? Is it now protective football? Because we're talking about, like you said, Schrags, the way the Raiders ran the ball in the fourth quarter. Defense wore down.
Yeah.
They shut down the Raiders. They weren't able to do anything. The Raiders' defense scored 2 touchdowns to be able to win this football game. So for the Chiefs on offense, you have to start to look at it. Of course, you have Patrick Mahomes who ran around for his life yesterday in that game trying to make plays. It wasn't there. But at least if they protect the football, they give themselves a chance to win. It's almost like philosophical. Something has to flip for the Chiefs because the way they've done it in the past, they don't have the weapons and the dogs around to be able to do that.
I'm saying, when you see Kelsey spiking the helmet, it's nice to see him in the highlight package. At least he can make it one way. Yeah. Where is Kelsey? Has anyone seen Travis Kelsey? He has 1 touchdown in the last 8 games. He has one 100-yard game in the last 9 games. Romo was on the call being like, I think Mahomes just has to use his legs. What? He's the greatest tight end ever lived. And stop with this thing about there's no one around him. They're covering. Listen. I saw them in the Super Bowl put up 38 points against a great Eagles team, and Juju Smith-Schuster's out there making catches. Don't tell me it's all changed now because Tyreek's gone. There's guys out there. Kelsey is a ghost. He is not there. This Chiefs team, guys, it's December 26th. They just lost to a team that decided not to pass. And it wasn't exactly like the greatest running team of all time. It's this like okay Raiders team, and they did it at home. They don't have it, the Chiefs. They don't have it. Sure, they can get it back maybe, but we're waiting and we're waiting. And you watch the game and you're like, well, Mahomes will just Mahomes a few things and he'll Mahomes their way out of it. He's not. He's not Mahomes in anything. He's throwing interceptions. He's having a fumble, a scoop and score on some stupid little trick play. Those trick plays that used to be the darling of the league, and you would find out, oh, they ran it in the 1963 Rose Bowl. It's amazing. Now they're doing dumb stuff, and then on the next play, it's almost like Mahomes is like, well, I got to make up for that, so let me just throw a rifle out to the sideline. Pick six, gone. They don't have it, and I just want to put out an all-points bulletin. If anyone has seen Travis Kelce, there's all kinds of jokes and nonsense about his personal life. That's stupid meme stuff. I'm talking about the football. He's not playing great football. He's not rescuing them. He's not saving them. He's not producing. You're Kelce. Score. Get open. Help them. He's missing. He's completely missing. Great player, maybe the greatest of all time. Yeah. I haven't seen him in months, and it'd be nice if he showed up.
No, it's a fair take. And, you know, a lot of fantasy owners yesterday are like, all right, well, Kelce will save that. He didn't do anything for them on the playoffs. I get it. You look at the team from last year, the team from this year, and you mentioned Juju obviously was a part of that team. The offensive linemen have moved on. Is it time to have an Eric Bieniemy conversation?
Sure.
You know, and the rap on Bieniemy on the way out was like he was tough on most players, and maybe he wasn't their best friend. Maybe that's what this team needed. Andy's the nice guy. Nagy's the nice guy. We all love Mahomes. Do they need a nice butt kicking? And maybe that's what Bieniemy brought to the team. Now, I'm not saying Eric's offense is lighting it up in Washington by any means, but you're just trying to think about what's different from this team to last year. And that was the offensive coordinator, whether he was calling the plays, drawing up the plays, whatever it was, he certainly had a voice. And I'm starting to wonder maybe it's Bieniemy that's missing.
Well, I'll be curious to see what happens in Washington with that whole staff, essentially, in the offseason. And if Bieniemy is available to the Chiefs once again, potentially, then do they go back to him? Because
could you imagine in
he
January?
had tough love in September, the report was, and then, I know.
Can you imagine if they all blow out the Washington staff and then Andy calls Bieniemy in the playoffs and like
come make a run?
Oh my! In the
I'm
playoffs.
doing my own thing.
Yeah.
No way. We've seen the Chiefs, struggle before and they lose. Doesn't this feel different?
It does.
Doesn't 9-6 is different.
Yeah.
Losing at home to the Raiders, a team that you have ownership of, with a quarterback who's not passing. This is different. And I know those Chiefs fans are really passionate and everything. They got to be sitting at home being like, yeah.
And to your point, all right, you lose Tyreek Hill, you win the Super Bowl last year. Kelsey's now a whole year older, and now you're putting more on his plate to be able to carry this offense. Yeah. And to your point, he's missing. They haven't been able to do anything.
Right.